Here's a review of the 1/48 scale CCM Manitowoc M250 crawler crane. These were produced in 1997 and there was only 300 made. This is number 209 of 300. When they came out, they retailed for $1,595. Now they range from $1,500 to over $8,000. It's all brass construction. There's not any die cast or plastic pretty much anywhere on the model that I know of. It stands at 37 inches tall. It's 6 1/4 inches wide and it's 10 inches in length, and it weighs almost 8 pounds. In 2010 they produced 8 more models in the Kuwait livery and it retailed for $18.95. It has the rock grapple attachment. There's one on eBay that's been on there for a pretty long time. He used to have it going for over $10,000, but now he's reduced it to over $7,000. There's only like a handful of collectors that I know that have this model. But getting started with the tracks, they roll pretty smoothly. They do have spring-loaded tensioners. It's going to be hard to see it, but inside is your drive motors, and it has a replicated chain link drive in it, which doesn't actually work, but it looks pretty cool. And you have your access ladders, right there are your jack pads. They're really nice. I actually thought they came off. It kind of looks like they would, but they don't. They are for your car body jacks, which is right here and this one. They would actually swing out and lift the body off the transport truck or assembly, but they actually don't swing out or anything. The crane rotates 360 degrees. It's really smooth. It has really nice warning decals all over it. These jacks right here would be to lift your gantry up for assembly. They actually don't work. Here's your counterweight. Unfortunately, it's all one piece. But it is filled with lead or something. It's pretty heavy. You can take the counterweight off if you want. There's 2 screws on each side right here. That's another really good thing about this model is all the connections are screwed or friction pins. There's no rivets. The cab is really nice. I'm not really sure if it's supposed to sit out like that on the real one for when you're operating it or not, but I like to keep it like that. It just looks better. But I'm pretty sure that it swings out like this and the operator can turn it for assembly. You can get a better view of the gantry and the drums. But as you can see, it has a windshield wiper, which is really, really detailed. I guess my camera's not going to focus. But the wiper does actually move side to side. There's also another one on top. But that one doesn't move. You got metal grab rails. And another cool feature is the cab door opens. To there. It's not very much, but it's enough. Inside the cab's pretty detailed. You got your foot pedals, control panel on the side, your operator seat, joysticks. There's the back of the cab and the other side. It is a little flimsy, but if the cab's a little flimsy, there's a screw under here you can tighten. I think up here is just a pin. There's nothing really you can do about that. Turntable is really nicely built. Really big teeth. Right here this would be your luffing drum. It doesn't have any string on it, and it doesn't rotate, unfortunately. This right here would be your self-assembly jack or boom butt raising jack. It does work. It raises and lowers. This section right here comes already on the model, on the real crane. This will be your first section, and then from here to there is the next boom butt section. But this raises this piece. Unfortunately, it's not chrome. I don't know why it's painted red. But it would look better chrome, like a real cylinder. Here's your drum motor, winch motor. This is your exhaust. My favorite thing pretty much about the model is the gantry. It just looks really cool. Looks beefy, I guess you could say. Got mesh walkways. All the sheaves are spoked. Your boom butt has 2 sheaves for self-assembly. There's one here, and the other one here. This would be to run a single sheave block, so you can attach the tracks and stack counterweights or assemble the main boom. Your boom stops are adjustable. And these are also adjustable. And they just slot in right here when you raise the boom up. Up here's your drums. This is supposed to be the whip line drum. I just got it as the main block because it's a lot easier to turn. This one's pretty stiff. Here's your gantry drum. It's a split drum. Nice decals on the gantry. These pins are screw pins. You just unscrew them and then you can lower the gantry. Also, another pretty cool thing is you can remove this cover plate to reveal the fans, motor fans. Actually, it's not really anything special, but there's your 2 slewing motors. To turn the drums, you get this big winch key. It's really heavy. It's just pretty much an Allen key. You can just slot it in. Like I said, all of the drums are pretty easy to turn except the main block. This one's a little stiff. I actually had to replace the line on the gantry because it wouldn't boom down all the way. It almost made it, but like all my models, I like to have them fully functional. So up here is your guide sheaves. Free rolling. All your boom connections are pretty much set up the same way as the real crane, the fact connections. The top ones, there would be a pin that goes up from this bottom section, and you just set the boom section on the top pins first, and then you can let it down and then put your bottom pins in. But it's just all screws. They can come all apart. The screws are really, really tiny. All the sections are straight. Really nicely made. Your equalizer is really nice. All brass, like everything else. These side pieces right here are a little flimsy. Gotta be careful with it. Your pendant lines, they're all one set length. You can't adjust them, unfortunately. But they are really nice. Boom top. Nice Manitowoc sign. Comes with the rooster tip. I really like that. Kind of wish I had a fixed jib on it though, or accessory. Up here, some more free rolling sheaves. Here's your hooks, whip line. I think it used to have a latch on it. You can see it has a little pinhole like it had one, but I don't know if it did or not. But it does tilt. Your main block, it's a 8-sheave block. The hook swivels and tilts, which is really nice. And it does have a latch on it. It's not spring loaded, but it does work. You can move it back and forth. This little thing is to where you would tie the string off on. It's just a little hook. But you can tie it off on the top. Really, really nicely made. The only drawbacks or complaints I really have about it would be I wish it had some more boom in it. It only comes with a 40, a 20, and a 10. And I wish it would break down easily for transport. I know you can take the counterweights off, but I don't know if you can take the tracks off or not. There's a screw there and a screw there, but I don't know if it really comes off or not. But like I said, this was made in 1997. It's pretty much older than any model that I have in my collection. And being this detailed is really awesome. It's a lot of work that went into this model. Definitely worth it. I really enjoy this model. I've wanted it for a really long time. Now since TWH went out of business, I don't see a 2250 being made, so that's pretty much why I bought this. But really nice model. Trying to think if there's anything else that I need to explain. I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if I'll get an assembly video of it or not, because I don't really want to tear it up just to break it down for transport. But if I do, I won't be breaking it completely down like the real thing or anything like that. Whatever I can get apart, that's just what I'll use. But there's the review. I hope you liked it. You can't really find these anymore. Only private sellers, or there's occasionally one on eBay, maybe one or two a year. But if you come across one and have the money, I would suggest getting it. A very, very nice model. Being so old, it's really pretty much one of my favorite models out of the whole collection. Even though it's not that big or whatever. But there's the review of the M250. Thanks for watching.